It's Themistode, FightHype.com, here with Coach Sosa, coach of Chris Colbert. What's going on, brother?
What's up, bro? Everything good?
All right. So, it seems to be official that Frank Martin is taking on Michel Rivera. There was a lot of talks that Frank was supposed to be taking on Chris Colbert. What kind of went wrong with that situation, man?
Well, I believe the fight was supposed to be due for January 7th, but for whatever reason, they wanted to move it up to December 17th. And I told them we needed a little more time than December 17th, and they took Michel.
Do you think that, Team Martin probably should have just waited for you guys? I mean, it is only like 2 weeks or so, 2 or 3 weeks.
I mean, if they really wanted to fight, yeah, they should have waited.
Gotcha. So, let's get your thoughts on the whole, Michel Rivera versus Frank Martin. That's a real good fight. Both guys undefeated. How do you kind of see that playing out, man?
Yeah, but wow, that is another great fight. You have Michel. We know him personally. We did camp with him down in Miami. And Frank, Frank is a ruthless, aggressive fighter. So it's definitely going to be a good-ass fight.
Who would you kind of lean towards a little bit in that fight, man?
I'll tell you the truth. Martin, I only saw maybe like 2 fights, 2-3 fights while we were looking over for prime time. Michel, like I told you, we went camp with him and all that, and we spent like 7 weeks with him. So I lean a little more towards Michel for him, the height. He's like 5'9", 5'10". He definitely knows how to use his distance. He definitely has a great jab. So I think Martin is gonna have a little hard time getting to him. But it's definitely going to be a good fight.
Is that kind of like the keys to victory for Michel? Keep him on the outside, outbox him, and Frankie has to kind of get on the inside, make things a little rough and rugged?
Yeah, you just said it. Michel is tall, long. He's going to have to use that distance, and Frankie's going to basically have to break that distance to get to him. If not, then, Michel is just going to box him all night. So Frankie's going to have to put that pressure, be a little aggressive, a little dirty sometimes, and put the pressure on it, and then I see Michel taking that.
You being Chris's coach, Chris, I know him also as well. Are you guys going to be looking at that fight a little bit closely? Like, okay, maybe I want the winner, man?
No. Actually, this fight that we were going to take on with Frank at 135 was the only one that we were going to do at 35. For whatever reason, Primetime wanted Frank, but, unfortunately it didn't unfold. But we were just going to do this one at 135, and then we're going back down to 130.
What do you think is in the immediate future for Chris, man?
Well, if everything works out the way they should be, I believe we're going to have this fight at 35, January 7th, and then one more fight at 30. And then the way things should work out, maybe get the rematch with Hector.
How do you view Hector right now? Obviously, he got the win over you guys, so his name kind of, springboarded. But, he went on to become a world champion. Do you
That's
view...
right. He beat
Gutierrez.
Gutierrez, I'm saying? He looked good beating Gutierrez. So right now, he's probably the top 1, 130 right now because he won the title and all that. But we definitely want that rematch. We want that rematch back.
How comfortable are you with having Chris fight at 135 and then come back to 130? Are you cool with that, or...?
Believe it or not, it's kind of okay because we want to see how he performs at 135. He's been at 130 for a little while now. He's getting bigger. You've seen him in the gym. He's big. He's getting older. His body's stretching out. So maybe 130 might be a little hard. Maybe 2 more fights. But we'll see how 135 is.
So, let's just say he fights January 7th. Well, it's supposed to be sometime in January. Could be January 7th.
Right.
But, let's just say he gets that fight. He looks win, gets a knockout, or outboxes his guy for, the whole 10 or 12 rounds. Would you be more inclined to be like, yo, don't kill your body, just stay up here at 135?
We want that rematch. We want Hector. We want that rematch. We will go down 130 for that.
What exactly would you guys do differently, man? Because he was...
Believe it or not, I believe every boxer... At one point in their lifetime, they just, it's that time that fight day that is not them. Your brain is telling your body to do something, and unfortunately your body's just not going with it. And that night when we fought Hector, that's what happened. No, we're not taking away nothing from Hector. He won and all that, but that's what happened with Primetime. And next time we fight, it's not gonna happen.
Do you think you guys should kind of, I don't want to say walk into it as favorites, but you guys have a little bit of an advantage now because Hector was an extreme late replacement, so maybe not as much studying you guys were able to do and really able to put together a game plan. But if you guys were to get that rematch, it'll be a full training camp, focus fully on him. How exciting would that be to know?
Oh yeah, that's what we're aiming for. We definitely want that rematch with Hector. Hopefully we are gonna get it, and we're definitely gonna see a whole different fight on that one.
Gotcha. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
No problem.